Hello everyone, it's me again. First off, I really want to apologise for my absence. I've just been so crammed up with university work, deadline after deadline, week after week, and it's been draining. That's why I've not been managed to do a video in the last month or so. However, now that I've finally finished university, I'm now free as a bird. I've had recommendations for this during my absence because it is a hot topic. I've seen many YouTubers cover this before. I've seen other goth YouTubers vaguely touching this or going to full-blown rant about it, and I think that it is something that needs to be importantly addressed. This video we're going to be talking about elitism. We're not just talking about elitism within like the social classes and how society portrays the alternative scene. I'm talking about the elitism within alternative subcultures. Now, the one thing that I always understood about the goth culture is the case of it's supposed to be accepting, like any other alternative culture from like punk, metalhead or whatever. It's a case of we all claim to be accepting, we're open to ideas, we're all individual. However, I've noticed on many accounts, and I'm sticking primarily to goth culture in this one, maybe touching on the punk as well later on during the video, is that we're not all seem to be like that. I've noticed, especially the younger generation, that they want to get into the culture, they all start off the trad subculture, which is a good way to start. It starts from the roots. However, it looks like this type of interpretation of, especially like the ones who are influenced by social media sites like Tumblr and Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff, it kind of gives a bit of a bad name because they see this type of way how goth should be set, and that's the only way how it should be set. Now, my issue is obviously that, as I mentioned, the goth culture is very open to interpretation, and even before goth we had other types of like styles going from like the new wave to like the new romantics to the industrial, all that type of stuff, and I do admire it. I know I take a piss out of cyber goth and industrial, but it's only in light humour. I've got nothing against it. So I know that it does become a status within the style of goth culture and how it evolved through the 90s and early 2000s, but the issue I have is whenever people mention trad goth, they always seem to have a shudder about it now, because they see how the younger generation seem to interpret their type of ideology how it should be, and that's the problem with elitism. The definition of elitism is that a society or system is led to like an elite. Now, the problem I have with this one obviously is the kind of oxymoron paradox type of approach within the culture. We're supposed to be accepting and opening, but yet we're happy to slam anyone that's not us. But don't you think that it's a case of everyone was trad goth or death rock or that, then it'll just be so boring. It's good to have the traditional sense, but we're open. We're supposed to interpret each different decade has a different style that comes out. It doesn't matter if you're a pastel goth or a new goth or whatever. I've seen so many people slammed on this, it's unbelievable. And I remember seeing a status on some goth like group on Facebook or whatever where I was added into, and it was a case of they were talking about the Damned music, like the Phantasmagoria, and afterwards, and bless, there was this kid, and they wanted to, you could tell they were getting into the culture and they weren't so broad about it, and they just asked about who the Damned is, simple enough question. And instead of people just saying, oh, they're this and that, them giving hands, no, they laughed at them. They made them feel so insecure about being part of that culture. They were saying that they were not a goth, that you're opposed if you don't know the Damned, and it hurt. I had to pop up to this person and say, listen, ignore them. We all went through this type of stage before. It doesn't matter, because when we're all getting to goth, we don't know every single band under the sun on the first day. We learn this, and these elitists should know that. Every single alternative kid was picked on at school, bullied for the way how they dressed or whatever, and it doesn't matter if you have like crimped hair, guys wear makeup, mohawk or whatever. You should know better than this, and this is going out to the elitists right here. It's a case of you shouldn't take the piss out of someone just because that they don't follow your type of sense of style or alternative direction. We were all bullied about this. What gives you the right to be the bully? I know that there's this type of ideology that when you pick on others, but what type of gratification is that? It just makes you seem more of an arse, not that you're superior and you know your history or whatever. Let people be who they want to be, and it is not fair on anyone. It's like I mentioned about the punk culture. Punk culture is a very similar issue where you have the younger generation who look at the early 70s and 80s and try to fix it on that ideology and have that type of attitude towards it. But the problem is we live in a generation where society's changed, the whole political stance has changed, and this whole type of rudeness against of a format is ridiculous. We can't just stick on the same wave or the same timeline as everyone else. So it's a case of the problem I have with Elitism, especially when it's the younger generation and they call other people posers for not liking the bands they like the Mission of Fields of Nephilim or Dead Can Dance. It doesn't matter. What makes me laugh though is they are the depiction of South Park goth kids. They are the stereotypes. They are the posers themselves. They do not wish to expand on their knowledge. They do not want to experiment on themselves. They're happy being what they see. Happy being this type of wear patch jacket, smoke clove cigarettes type of nonsense and downgrade everyone who's not part of them. And this idea that if you want to be part of us, you have to conform to us, it's stupid. This is why whenever I see a young elitist say that, oh, you are a poser, well, mate, aren't you being the poser yourself? You're being the stereotype of all these codes conventions you see through the media, such as the South Park goth kids. They are a prime example of this type of stuff. And yeah, we can all laugh at them because we know that it's stupid and funny. Now, it's a case of like, as I said, with myself, I'm very open to different styles. I mean, I know many other goths who've got different types of music in their collection or dress differently. I've got jazz in mind, for example. I've got range and varieties of music. My style is not always the same, as you can tell. I like to mix in trad and the new goth style, and many people don't like it because it's either stick to one way or the other. Well, no, I enjoy both, and who the fuck can tell me what I want to do? So it's a case of whenever next time you have an elitist problem, just put them in their place. Just remind them that they're the ones who are fixating on being the poser. They can't be the ones who want to expand. They're the ones being their little bubble, their little dickhead bubble, and you just be who you want to be. Because no one controls your life. No other part of your alternative subculture tells you how you can dress. All alternative subcultures are alternative for a reason, because we are individual. By individual, we can dress however we want without the downgrade of other people. Yes, you may not like the way how someone's dressed or how they put on the goth label, but as I said, times have changed and it always will change. Okay, everyone, sorry for a little bit of the rant to there, but I hope this has helped you. I know this is a hot topic for people. They've asked me to bring my opinion into this, and I hope that makes everyone feel a bit better. For those who want to get into the goth culture, please don't be so drawn off because of all these younger generations who are Tumblr influenced and only see one way of thinking of it. Be whoever you want to be. Listen to what you want to be. Want to get into the subculture a bit more? Go and explore it a little bit, but try not to be so narrow-minded. Okay, everyone, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I'll see you very soon. I'll try to make more videos as soon as I can.